What's up, everyone? My name is Troy from TechGamesEtc, and this is my review for Watch Dogs. Now, I know the title is kind of harsh. It's actually not kind of harsh. It is harsh. To me, Watch Dogs was a big disappointment, in my opinion. Dealing with the campaign, some aspects of online, even though I have fun online. But before I start, let's talk about the things that I did like about this game. So overview about this game. I did find some of the missions in Watch Dogs fun. I'm not gonna lie. I love the aspect of you can actually kill the car and hide in it, especially when you're dealing with campaign, when you're dealing with versus matches online. I love the size of the maps. In the online maps, I love the action. I love the respawning, or how they placed you on the map. It was pretty action packed. The maps are like a section of the city, and it's 4 versus 4, and there's one match called Online Decryption. And also, I love the sound effects dealing with the gun sounds in the campaign. However, it didn't translate over into online, which I'll get to later. I love the engine, the actual gaming engine of Watch Dogs. I actually love it. I love the particle effects. It's a very solid physics engine. I love the environmental damages. This is like pretty much a step up from GTA 5 in my opinion, by a little bit. It's not by a landslide, but by a little bit. And I mean, even though the driving in this game isn't the best, I love the fact that you do have your handbrake where you can actually skid your car. I'm gonna show you some wild driving in my online when I talk about that later. And I also love the fact, though the concept of the hacking was fun, some parts of it was fun, but unfortunately it got very redundant. So let's talk about the issues that made me upset with this game. Let's start off with the biggest of them all, the elephant in the room, the campaign, the storyline, the concept of it. Now, I understand Watch Dogs has a concept of hacking. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. But sadly, it just gets redundant. It just gets very redundant. Like, I saw a review of Stone Mountain 64 did, and how he's talking about, oh, there's all these, recon missions, there's these hacking missions, there's these, chasing missions. That is fine to me. It just felt dull. Like, every game, especially dealing with open world games, you're going to have chase sequences, you're going to have recon missions, you're going to have assassination missions, but how they go about it, it just feels redundant. Very redundant. Like, some missions, it's the same, where you go to this mission and all of a sudden enemies just show up out of nowhere, and it's like shooting, fish in a barrel. Now, you're going to see me die a couple of times in these scenes. Some parts did get me. I'm not going to lie about that. Some parts did get me, and some parts were hard because I wasn't thinking straight. But the storyline, all in all, is pretty blah. It's pretty underwhelming. All it's dealing with is you're finding who kidnapped your sister, because a few years ago someone put out a hit on you, and I think it was your niece that died or someone who died, and they're trying to look for you, which is Aiden. Aiden is the main character, but it just gets boring. It just gets totally underwhelming, and it just loses its steam after a while. Now, also dealing with the difficulty of this game, I do question the difficulty, because you can actually put the difficulty on realistic, but I do not like how this game shows you where the enemies are. It reminds me sort of what like Hitman Absolution did, where you'll see, well, in this case, you'll see the silhouette, the outline of the enemies, and sometimes this happens, but most of the time, well, sometimes it doesn't happen, but most of the time it does, and I don't like that. I don't like that. If you want to put the game on realistic settings, you should not be able to see where your enemies are at majority of the time. You'll see them which way we're facing, which way they're walking, right through walls, right through objects, and that totally takes me out of the game itself. Now, as far as the cover system goes, the cover system is kind of annoying because I don't like cover systems where every corner, if there's a sharp corner, you have to cover on that corner instead of the character wrapping around the object. So if there's a 4-corner object, say if Aiden is on a pillar and he goes around a corner, a sharp corner, you have to cover him to that next corner instead of just him going around it as one solid object. Now, Aiden, I love the way Aiden animation is. That was another plus thing I did like about this game. I love the fact that Aiden was how he was animated. I love the fact that when he takes out his gun, he'll put his scarf over his mouth. When he holds his pistol, he'll hold it behind his back a little bit before he draws it completely. Like, the whole animation of Aiden was really good. How he vaults stuff. How when he runs into objects, he's shoving the objects out of his way a little bit. Like, this game did have a lot of good concepts about it, but unfortunately, it just feels very redundant. That's the only thing about this, dealing with the storyline. It just feels very redundant, like a chore. So let's get to one of my favorite parts about this game, which I really love. I was having a very good excitement with, was the online. Now, even though I had fun with the online matches, I don't still believe this game deserves to be paid for with $60. Dealing with online, you get a few modes. You get a few modes like online decryption, where you try to hack this file while other people on the opposing team try to hack it. You get like 1v1 missions where it's spy versus spy, basically, where someone tries to hack you and you gotta eliminate them. You also get like a racing game where you can race through the streets and hit checkpoints. And there was another one, mode that I forgot. I can't think of it on the top of my head. But let's get to the online, and while I like it, I love the online because of the map sizes. Dealing with, I play an online decryption. I was having so much fun. But some of the online experiences that I have, left the sour taste in my mouth a little bit. There are no particular lobbies per se, no server browser. Like, in order for you to join an online match, you have to actually just go into the campaign and start the match itself. I did not see another way around this, and if there was another way, I didn't see it, so forgive me if I missed it, but that's what I normally see. You have to set up like a Uplay account to get some better perks sometimes. There's no server browser, so you're just sitting there, and sometimes this game will have issues connecting and finding games. Having a server browser and having lobbies where you can see, okay, this is many people's in this room, I'm going to select that. The game randomly selects it for you. So you're sitting there hoping that you're connecting, hoping that you'll find a game, and sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. Now, sometimes you'll have issues trying to get people into your game who are on your friends list, and that can be an issue as well. Issues connecting to the servers can be a issue, and also issues with the gun sounds. Like, the gun sounds take a hit, like in Tomb Raider, where you just hear a pop, 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 pop. It doesn't have the depth like the gun sounds in the campaign portion. So overall, that's my review of Watch Dogs. Too bad it was a big disappointment. I'm still going to enjoy online. Y'all seeing a match from me from my episode of Watch Dogs Squad Up. So you can go ahead and look in the link in the description box below for that full match. But tell me what y'all think, community. Did you like Watch Dogs? Did you like it? Is it worth $60 to you? You can go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section below, and don't forget to leave a like for this video if you really like it a lot. So thank you so much for watching. See you later. Thanks a lot.